Hold on.
Bektemir. I knocked out fucking Bektemir. I knocked out
Okay.
Bektemir. Knockout
Hold
of the
on.
year. Knockout of the year. Fight of the year
Hold
with
on, Gabe.
Mogia. Sellout arena.
Hold on. Hold on, Gabe.
You want to talk
Hold on,
about,
Gabe.
bro?
Okay,
I'm one of a
your
kind,
first,
dog. Your son is one of
your first
many.
fight.
I'm one of a
Your
kind. Your son is one
okay,
of many. I'm one of a kind. I'm one of
okay,
a kind.
okay. Your
I'm
first
Gabe
fight, 1-2.
Rosado, dog.
Your first fight was one
I'm
and two,
Gabe
0 and
Rosado, and
4,
I dare you
one,
to that shit in
two
my
and two,
face.
2 and 2. You talking about
I
3 and
dare
1?
you to talk in my face.
Listen,
You ain't,
listen,
dog.
listen. I bet you get off this phone.
I'm
I
one of
bet
a
you get off this
kind.
phone
Your
before I
son will
do.
be forgotten. I'm Gabe
I bet.
Rosado. Everybody
Hey,
respect me. Your
listen.
son
I
need a
bet you get off the
bodyguard.
phone
I don't need
before I.
no bodyguards. Your son need a
Okay.
bodyguard.
So after Bill Haney and Gabe Rosado had a bizarre back and forth, Bill Haney came out on Twitter stating, quote, Mexican fighters get praised for effort. They just have to fight, and they get love. Black fighters have to not just win, but win big. And only then, they might get a little respect. Hashtag, they have to fight. We have to win. End of the quote. Wow, that's the truth. And for it to be the whole absolute truth, it ain't just Mexican fighters, it's any non-black fighter. I mean, remember Triple G? Everyone loved him. Even Mexicans, they loved Triple G as if he was one of their own. Now we know, no black fighter is gonna get that type of love unless he's not around any fighter on the hope list, like Mike Tyson in the heavyweight division, where they don't have to worry about him beating non-black American fighters, beating their favorite hopeless fighters, beating their favorite Mexican fighters, etc., etc., etc. Remember Grisham? During the press conference, he said Devin Haney is the most hated. Now, why is Devin Haney the most hated? What did Devin Haney do? Can you guys name me one thing Devin Haney did for him to deserve this type of hate? I mean, it ain't even like Devin Haney is on his money-made persona. He doesn't even talk trash. Devin doesn't even talk shit. Excuse my French. He's hella respectful even when he's not even supposed to be. All he does is praise God. And they hate him. They used to justify hating on Floyd by saying, oh, I don't like how he's arrogant, how he talks trash. He's always talking shit. Meanwhile, they loved Conor McGregor and Tyson Fury for doing worse. Floyd Mayweather only talked facts. 41-0, 41 tried, and 41 failed. That's not talking shit, that's talking facts. But they hated Floyd for that. They said he too cocky, he's this, he's that, he talks too much shit. Excuse my French. But Devin Haney doesn't even talk trash. He's respectful. Then how do you logically explain Devin Haney being the most hated fighter in the world today? You cannot name me one thing Devin Haney is hated for. Everything the fans say they want in a fighter, Devin Haney is that and then some. Fans say, we tired of ducking. We want a fighter who is willing to fight the best no matter what. Well, that's what Devin Haney is known for, fighting the best. In fact, Devin Haney fights the best to the point where for majority of his career, 95% of his career, he was the boogeyman. He was chasing all the big names. Whoever raised his hand and agreed to fight Devin Haney fought him in a heartbeat. So is that why you guys hate Devin Haney? For simply fighting the best? Meanwhile, y'all love duckers like Pitbull Cruz, like Canelo, like Lomachenko, and the list goes on and on and on. Y'all love the duckers and hate the real fighters that fight the best. All because Devin Haney is just another fighter on the coincidental list, and this ain't a coincidence. Everybody screams, we want one face, one name in every division. And when Devin is trying to do that in every division he fought in, he still get the same type of hate. So what is it? How is Devin Haney the most hated in the sport? Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia is one of the most loved. Even though Ryan is the one who came out with the race rant, he said he KKK. Ryan is the one that doesn't just talk trash. He's actually the most racist pound for pound fighter of all time. And he's more loved, not just than Devin Haney, but than all of the fighters on the coincidentalist combined. How is Ryan loved for cheating? How is Ryan loved for being a KKK member? How is Ryan loved while Devin Haney is hated, the man who got cheated? We all know what time it is. It's all about the yin and the yang. This is as clear as day. It's as simple as black and white. That's it, that's all. And anyone that tries to act like they don't see it or they don't know what's going on is a race fan. Boxing has always been built off race, nationality, and pride. So when you see Sergio Mora, Grisham, and Chris Mannix on DAZN commentating a fight that involves a black fighter, they always super negative when it comes to the black fighter. No matter what he does. If he's looking spectacular, they're going to criticize the fact that he didn't get the KO. If he got the KO, but he was losing the early rounds, they're going to say, oh, he got exposed in the early rounds. If he looks spectacular throughout and he got the KO, they're going to say, well, we want to see him tested. And when they do get tested in a close fight, all of a sudden, they scream a robbery, even though the black fighter clearly won. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like Bill Haney said, black fighters can't just win. They have to win in a spectacular fashion. Even then, that's not enough. Remember the clinch stats by ESPN when Devin Haney fought Kambosos? Whatever happened to them stats? Why they only do that, or why they only did that for Devin Haney? They did it for no one else. When Kambosos was clinching Devin Haney, even his opponent, they wasn't counting Kambosos clinches. They were counting Kambosos clinching Devin Haney as Devin Haney clinches. These aren't just double standards I'm pointing out. These are triple, quadruple standards. I mean, a week after Devin Haney fought Kambosos, Tyson Fury fought Chisora. Remember, Devin Haney at least fought a champion. On the other hand, Tyson Fury, he fought someone that he wasn't supposed to fight, right? And Tyson Fury clinched in that fight all night long. He was clinching, holding for dear life. And would you guys believe ESPN didn't show them clinch stats? Nor did the biased commentary point that out. Again, the black fighters are always held to different standards. The criticism standard. No matter what you do, we're going to find a way to criticize top of standard. I remember when Jim Lampley was commentating a Lomachenko fight when he first came on the scene, he was praising Lomachenko for not using his jab. He was saying, man, Loma is a boxer, but he doesn't use his jab like other boxers. Even though the main weapon of Lomachenko is his jab. He didn't know that since Loma was fighting lower opposition. Jim Lampley was basically taking shots at the black fighters by implying Loma, unlike y'all, he don't need to use his jab. He can box without using his jab. Then later on, he completely contradicted himself when he commentated another fight. When Triple G was fighting Lemieux, as soon as he stepped up, all he did was jab. And then Jim Lampley started praising Triple G for his jab. And I was like, wait a minute. We praising fighters for only jabbing, not taking any risk. However, when Floyd jabs, throws right hand, left hooks, uppercuts, while fighting better opposition, you criticize him? Here is the problem with this. When Lomachenko uses his angles, all of a sudden it's the Matrix. And I'm like, really? I didn't even know angles existed. I didn't know praising fighters taking angles and footwork existed because y'all criticized the black fighters for that. That's why Timothy Bradley was taking shots at Mark Kriegel while commentating Devin Haney versus Kambosos when Devin Haney was taking all of them angles. And he was like, whoa, look at that angle Devin Haney took. You see that, Mark Kriegel and Tessitore? And then Tessitore, he like, yeah, whatever. And I take that back. I don't think Timothy Bradley was taking shots at Tessitore. He wouldn't dare to do so. He was more so keeping the same energy. He was under the impression, oh, I thought we praise fighters for taking angles on ESPN. That's all y'all do when Lomachenko fights. That's the type of time he was on. Just being consistent. We all know from the beginning of time, when fighters on the coincidentalist move, they say they running. When fighters from the hopeless move, they say, oh man, look at his beautiful skills. When a fighter on the coincidentalist is coming forward, taking shots, they point out how he's able to do that because he got a big skull and a big nose and he's just a punching bag. But then when a fighter on the hopeless does the same thing, fights like a bull and takes a punch to give a punch, they say, oh, he's a warrior. That's a real fighter. This, that, and the third. They still do that today on ESPN and DAZN. They just not being upfront about it. They being slicker about it. Just like they were doing it on HBO and before that. I mean, let's be real. If boxing is not built on race, nationality, and pride, wouldn't the KKK racist boxer who is a cheater be the most hated fighter, the most hated boxer in the sport? And Devin Haney, who got cheated, the clean athlete that always fights the best and fights champions for undisputed, be the most loved? That's a rhetorical question. I mean, when you look at the sport of boxing, it doesn't matter if you are humble like Devin Haney or if you are talking trash like Floyd. They're going to hate you anyway. You are damn if you do, damn if you don't. On the other hand, it doesn't matter if you are humble or if you are talking trash like Conor McGregor, like Tyson Fury, like Ryan Garcia. It doesn't matter what you do, cheat, whatever. They will love you anyways. Because you got the complexion for the connection to get the ultimate protection. You see, the reason why Devin Haney is the most hated fighter in the sport is because he got 2 red flags, 2 red stripes on him. And that's him being a Muslim and being black at the same time. It's the same thing Muhammad Ali dealt with. There's a reason why Ryan said, F all the N-words with the hard yard and all the Muslims all around the world. But these same people, like Ryan Garcia, claim they love Muhammad Ali. These same race fans that say they hate Devin Haney and can't find a reason to why that is, always claims one of their favorite fighters is Muhammad Ali. Imagine that. They hated Muhammad Ali when he was alive, but love him when he's dead because he's no longer a threat. He's only history. You see, you can't say you love Muhammad Ali stylistically in the ring and hate Devin because Muhammad Ali moved around the ring more than Devin Haney. You can't say you love Muhammad Ali because of his personality, but hate Devin Haney because of the color of his skin, because of how Allah created him. I mean, that's crazy. The hypocrisy by these race fans is unreal. Since the beginning of time, the fighters on the coincidentalist had to do 5 to 10 times more than the fighters on the hope list just to receive half of the credit. We've seen that time and time again. Last but not least, I was really disappointed by how Gabe Rosado was going back and forth with Bill and going off on Devin. It's crazy because he was talking like he was Floyd Mayweather. Now, if that's the case, he needs to wake up from whatever dream he was dreaming. Because let's be real, you can't say you one of a kind and Devin Haney is one of many when you never did what Devin Haney did. And Devin is only 25 years old as we speak. Gabe Rosado never became undisputed. Gabe Rosado never beat a Lomachenko. What are we even talking about? Gabe Rosado was never even a 1 division champion, let alone a 2 division champion. like Devin Haney. Gabe Rosado never beat a champion like Jojo Diaz, Linares, Gamboa, Regis, Lomachenko. So what is he even talking about? And Devin is only 25 years old. That's that delusional talk. And that's why Bill said these fighters get praised just for fighting. Meanwhile, we get criticized for fighting, better competition, for fighting the best and winning. I mean, if you look at Gabe Rosado, yeah, he fought a lot of fighters, but he lost to 95% or 99% of them. Don't get me wrong, I respect Gabe Rosado UFC record in boxing. But the only problem, Devin Haney is undefeated while fighting better competition. So you let that sink in. Talking about, I fought Triple G. Well, Devin fought Lomachenko, and Lomachenko is better than Triple G. And Devin didn't just fight Lomachenko, he beat Lomachenko. Devin Haney was 24, younger than Gabe when Gabe fought Triple G. I don't understand Gabe angle. He kept talking about Devin is a meme. Why is Gabe talking as if he's undefeated? Better yet, as if he never been stopped. If Devin is a meme, then what does that make Gabe? That will make Gabe Rosado a meme creator compared to Devin. Look, you got to be really desperate as a real clean fighter, not a cheater, to criticize Devin and say, Devin, you got stopped or you lost to Ryan Garcia. How did Devin lose to Ryan Garcia when Devin Haney is undefeated as we speak? Then he want to use the race card of the race fans. Oh, you sued to get your O back. Nah, Ryan cheated. Ryan missed weight. Devin Haney didn't lose. He got cheated. And even when Ryan cheated Devin by missing weight and taking PEDs, DAZN had the fight a draw. Dan Rafael had Devin Haney winning the fight. Outside of the knockdowns, Devin won majority of the rounds. So Devin didn't even get stopped. The fight was pretty much a draw anyways, while Ryan was on PEDs. So for Gabe Rosado to act as if Devin sued to get his O back when it was the New York State Athletic Commission ruling, we all know Devin Haney sued Ryan in order to get the rematch, to force the rematch on even playing field. That's it, that's all. And he did. So it's really desperate for Gabe Rosado to use the race card by the race fans. Look, if you're going to trash talk, at least say something factual. I mean, I really didn't find nothing wrong with what Gabe Rosado said originally and Devin got mad at him. I thought Gabe Rosado was pretty much giving Devin Haney his flowers in terms of taking a risky fight, but it's the way he delivered it, talking about Devin coming off a loss. Devin is coming off getting cheated. So you got to make that clear if you're going to talk boxing. You can't pretend as if Devin lost to Ryan when Ryan cheated and Devin is still undefeated. If you're going to talk boxing, then you got to be professional about it. You can't just be saying nonsense as a fighter. Then I saw a clip of Gabe Rosado telling Bill, your son is soft. I don't need a bodyguard. Well, it's all about what you weigh. They say Gervonta is street. He walks around with bodyguards all the time. But Tank is street though. Well, that's half of the story. Just because you're street, that doesn't make you dumb. The reason why Floyd needs bodyguards, same way Devin does and Gervonta does, is because they move heavy. When you're wearing a watch that costs $500,000, when you're wearing chains that cost $1 million, then you can be as tough as you want to be. But one bullet will take out the toughest man in the world. And one hungry man, one desperate man will quickly rob you for $5,000, $10,000, let alone $500,000 on your wrist or your neck. But we all know Gabe Rosado was just talking trash. However, he lost me though when he said, I'm one of a kind. You one of many, Devin. That took me out though, because you one of a kind when it comes to what? Having a UFC record in boxing? You one of a kind when it comes to losing? Is that what we talking about? You got to clarify. You can't be talking like you Floyd when you have a UFC record. That's what emotion will do to you when you are talking, though. Devin Haney can say he's one of a kind because he's actually the youngest undisputed champion of all time, where he had a legendary run to do so, beating the likes of Jojo Diaz, Linares, Kambosos twice in Australia, and then Lomachenko, to become the youngest undisputed lightweight champion of the world since Pernell Whitaker. That's one of a kind. Factually speaking, Rosado was talking about Devin, not himself. With the opinions out of the door and the facts laid out on the table, go ahead and drive your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.